What up, you jelly-filled donuts? Welcome back to the homie Squak. I'm Kyle, and with me, as always, Gigi, Hannah, and Trevor.
What kind of jelly?
Whatever jelly you want, big boy.
Ew.
I prefer Bavarian cream.
Okay, it's very specific.
That's not even jelly, that's cream.
I said I prefer Bavarian cream.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we're back. You know, not like we went anywhere.
You might have. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know my life. But but we got the usual questions and answers and all that. So yeah.
The usual questions.
Well, actually, no. They're different questions, but you know.
Yeah, we're doing a repeat of episode 1.
Yeah, we want to try
Link in
again,
the
guys.
description.
I don't even remember our first questions.
I don't
I
know.
remember annoying video game characters. Like,
Oh,
which one did you
yeah.
want to be neighbors with or something?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, Gigi, question?
Yes. Answer. Could you stop farting? Just hear in the background.
Wait, who? Me?
Someone's chair.
It's my chair.
I know, but it
There,
sounds
see?
like
My
a
chair.
fart. It's just like, Gigi, question?
It's my quote-unquote chair, guys.
Always.
Quote unquote ass.
Seat.
Okay, so my question was, do you remember any character defining moments from your life?
What character? I had to think a lot about this question, and I still don't feel like I really came up with anything solid. But one thing I thought of was more of like a humbling moment, I guess. So technically it fits under character.
So Hannah's the most humble of all of us.
Yes. So humble, I don't remember. Anyways, it happened, I think, like a year or two ago, at my other job where I work with dogs. And it was an incident where a dog attacked another dog while I was on watch. And it was crazy because this dog had been acting kind of, fishy all day, and we weren't sure if we were gonna have to send them home or not. So we decided to give them one more chance in the yard. And as soon as I was letting that dog back into the yard, they just like immediately saw red and charged at this other dog out of nowhere and just attacked the other dog. Which, we have dogs get in fights every once in a while, but this was just like crazy random. So we obviously apprehended both dogs and got them away from each other, but it was a fight, so dogs got hurt, people almost got hurt, which is crazy. But I just remember feeling so like traumatized by it, but also just like sort of humbled because I thought I had like a pretty good understanding of dogs in general. I've worked with dogs for years, so seeing this happen like to this extent, and just having to deal with like the what is it, repercussions? Repercussions, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, having to deal with the repercussions of it was just like, I had to like take another look at what I thought I understood and, reevaluate. And it took me a bit to like, I had to take like I think a couple days off just to like recover from it because it had traumatized me so much. But, I never expected to get anything like that from a dog because I've worked with them, I love them, and just it kind of taught me like you can never like rely on your expectations.
Yeah.
And you really have to go into every situation just prepared for anything, even if it's something you love, even if it's, something you've never thought could, essentially become violent. You have to really kind of just expect the unexpected
Yeah.
at all times. So yeah, it was definitely life changing, and definitely like humbled my own character and knocked down any pride I thought I had over, working with dogs.
She's like, I am no longer the dog whisperer.
I whisper a little softer now.
She
But
just
yeah.
writes messages to them instead.
Yeah, from afar.
Yeah. From a distance.
Nah, it's definitely helped me, especially with reading behavior better than I had before. I'm constantly looking for the signs. Not that I wasn't before, but I just feel like that I've sort of mastered that a little better now, ever since. So
Yeah. Dogs can definitely catch you off guard too.
they can,
I had a
and they
dog.
will.
It wasn't my dog, it was a neighbor's dog when I was like in first grade, I think. Um, and like I don't really remember much about this dog or the neighbor or anything, but my dad was like encouraging me, like, oh, we can go pet the dog before we walk to school. Um, and the neighbor was like encouraging it too, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I went up to the dog and
The
started
dog said
petting.
no.
Yeah, I started petting him, and then just out of nowhere, he leaped up and like bit me right on the nose.
Ooh.
And it was like a clean like hole just right
Great.
through my nose, and it was like,
Oh,
oh,
God.
jeez. Yeah. Um.
You're
So
ready for a
Going after
nose
that.
piercing. I know.
yeah. It healed, and like there's no scar or anything, but it was just like as a kid,
Shit.
I'm surprised it
They
didn't
turn
scar
on a
me
dime.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's probably something to do with them being descendants of feral animals, but they can turn on a dime, and it's crazy quick.
Yeah.
Especially Chihuahuas.
Especially Chihuahuas.
They're at least upfront about it, though, sometimes.
This is how it's gonna be, so just deal with it.
Yeah,
You're
I'm gonna be
stare in those
barking this whole
soulless
time.
eyes, yeah. Look into the void of those bugged out eyes.
Yeah. So for my answer for today, I definitely feel like I have a few like character defining moments, but the one that I wrote down for today is that I feel like I care a lot, especially about people that are in my life. And on the surface, it sounds like a really nice thing, but I feel like
Where this is going?
I feel like it's also a bad thing. Now, I'll try not to go in too deep on this topic for the sake of
Sum 41.
Oh my god.
For the sake of brevity.
for the sake of the person and the topic.
Oh.
But
Oh,
my senior year of high school was probably like one of the toughest years of my life, not just high school, but my entire life. And that was mostly because I met this girl who was severely depressed, and she was on the verge of suicide. And when I met her, I would have never guessed it, but once we became friends, she let me in on her depression in a way that she never really did with anyone else before, and she felt that no one would care how she felt if they found out her situation. But with me, I was different, according to her. Now, this girl, in the time that I knew her, she was pretty manipulative and very clear on what she wanted, but I never thought for a second that her depression wasn't real. So she told me she was considering suicide on my birthday of that year.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll never forget that. And I was just kind of in shock, and I told her like right away, like, you should get help. And I was like, you should get help from your parents or from a counselor at school or anyone. But she said that she only wanted to talk to me about it, and I don't know. I was flattered, but also like terrified because quickly she became like super attached to me, which was pretty awkward because I did have a girlfriend through all this, and
Oh.
things eventually got overly complicated, but that's for another time. Um, but anyway, around Christmas break of that school year, uh, she was she told me that she was like dead set on ending her life, and I just felt completely powerless because I didn't know where she lived or who to call or who to talk to about it. Because I tried to talk to my girlfriend about it, but she already told me that I shouldn't be talking to this girl anymore, and like highly just completely disapproved it. And I don't know, but I just couldn't let it go. And I don't know if it was because I cared too much or because I felt guilty, but she did attempt suicide that night, and there wasn't anything I could do. So I just felt helpless, and I didn't know where she was, so it wasn't like I could go try and stop her. And the next day, after a night of me just constantly feeling like I was somewhat responsible for what may or may not have happened, she texted me that morning and she said she was still alive. And I wish I realized it at that point, but that maybe instead of keeping this up and keeping this girl's emotional state a secret because she asked me to, that I should hand this information over to an adult and just, you know, take the burden off of myself, um,
Mm.
whether she liked it or not, because looking after this girl was really starting to take like an emotional toll on me, and it was ruining my life and my friendships and my relationship. Um, so, long story short, after that school year, I realized that I care too much about people, and sometimes I bite the bullet for them. And I really feel like it was just a year-long battle of constant guilt and blood on my hands. But um, it was unhealthy for me to think that way. Uh, I realize now the right decision would have been to involve an adult and seek help for her, but she didn't want that, and I listened to her. I wish I had gone against her wishes, but at the same time, I'm not sure if my help was better or worse for her. So that whole situation just opened my eyes to something I never thought would be a bad quality to have, but I definitely see it being like a double-edged sword or like a blessing and a curse that I care too much. But I don't know. I still feel like to this day, like I'm kind of proud of that quality of myself, like caring a lot, because it does help in certain situations, and it does, it does show people like when they need my help that like I'm there for them. But I don't know. I think there's always a limit, I guess. But I don't know. That's what I got. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why people do that, but they try to guilt others into trying to look after them. I think just to see if someone does care about them,
Yeah.
which obviously, like, there's going to be someone who does care about you, but, like, putting the burden on someone else, that's never the right thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, mine. I have a couple. Back in high school, I believe it's my sophomore year, I was on the water polo slash swim team, and for some reason, I don't know why, we were going up against a college team. So in the first two, or I guess the first half, we were getting our asses handed to us, which everyone kind of knew that was going to be the case. So on the second half, we decided to switch goalies, which is cool, I guess. And then I was I was pretty fast for a swimmer, so I was always the sprinter, the one on like the edge of the pool, and then like you get the ball for your team first. The referee, he came over to me before the second half started, and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna blow the whistle twice. On the first one, you go, and on the second one, he's gonna go." And that kind of pissed me off a little bit. Like, we're already losing. We're playing against this college team, but like, if we were gonna lose, I wanted us to lose on our terms. I didn't want like any special help or anything. And like, it wasn't fair that we were going against a college team, but I didn't want an advantage and then
Yeah.
like, still lose. So, he blew the whistle, and I didn't go anywhere, but like the rest of the team did. And then he blew the whistle again, and then that's when I went, and that's like when the other team went, and like my team was kind of mad at me for doing that, but
Shit.
yeah. And then the second one, work related. Our company, the one I work for now, is kind of like a small business, a small internet business. So like we always have to be careful about like how money is spent and so on. And they were upgrading the phones. Like we were finally going to get phones that were like connected to the internet, and then like you could see like who's calling you and all that stuff. Like just new phones.
Nice.
So, my manager, she got her phone set up first, and then I was getting my phone set up, and then my coworker got her phone taken away. I'm like, okay, well, next it's gonna be her, and then the IT guy said, "Oh no, she's not getting a phone." I'm like, what? Like everyone's getting new phones, and she's getting hers taken away, and like I kind of threw like a little hissy fit about that. Like it didn't seem right to me that, they were spending all this money on all these new phones, and not only was Gwen not getting a phone, she was getting hers taken away because
Weird.
it's going to be outdated and all that stuff. So like I had to meet with the president of the company, and he went through like all these, like this whole explanation of this, and like if we're getting new phones and only one of us is going to have the phone, she should have it. Like, I don't want the phone. So what we ended up doing is putting it like in between us. Like we have a file cabinet between our desks, and we ended up putting it on the file cabinet, so it would be for both of us instead of just me.
Yeah.
That's
makes
nice.
So yeah, those are my stories.
Nice. So I don't have any character development. I don't know who I am. Just kidding.
Just kidding. I have
So-
12.
I have 22. Oh no. So I put, well, I'm not very confrontational, but if I have to be, I will be. And I don't know what that falls under, but, the only two examples I can think of are, well, I told the story yesterday and it clicked. But one time my sisters and I were walking our dog Frankie, who happened to be a Chihuahua, and they're small little dogs, and he was just walking. My older sister is
Trying to
terrified.
summon Satan.
Yes. My older sister is terrified of dogs because she was attacked when she was younger. And then my younger sister was with us. So we're all three just walking to a park with my dog. And then this girl, she was rollerblading, and her dog saw my dog, and for some reason, she decided she wanted to drop the leash, and her dog went straight for us.
Damn.
And like, my older sister panicked, and like she started heading towards like a house, and then my younger sister followed because that's what she does. And then I had the dog. And I just remember them going, and they went into like this corner. So it's a house and then like a fence. And I can hear my sisters like panicking. So, and it's like this big dog. And I pick up my dog and I yell at this other dog. And I said, no. And like the dog looked at me like, what the fuck? And I was like, no, you go. And then it goes back to its owner. And then she comes like, you know, skating. Oh, I'm so sorry. He never does this. And I was like, get your dog. Like, I just remember like, I just like, I can still feel it, like that pumping, like, I don't know. But like, I heard them panicking, and like that was my initial thing, was like, I have to help them. And then the only other, well, there's a few more times, but I don't want to get into details. The only other time would be the one time I almost got into a fight because my younger sister, my older sister, I don't want to say they come off as rude, but they speak their mind, and they're very, like, they're the opposite of me, where I'm like, I'll just like kind of be quiet until I need to like say something. And for some reason this girl didn't like my younger sister, and she was like yelling and saying things, and I was like, I'm not gonna get involved, like I'm gonna walk home. And then she yelled through the school bus, and she said something about my sister being a bitch, and I was like, what did you say?
Wow.
And she's like, oh, I wasn't talking to you. And I was like, are you talking to her? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, well, you're talking to me. And then like she was like, oh no, I'm like, no, get off the bus now. And she was like, oh, I wasn't talking to you though. And I was like, no, get down. Like, so yeah, that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because I don't think of myself as a very angry person unless you make me angry, like you involve people I care about or my dog. Yeah, and then there's that. Like I said, I don't know what to call that. And then
Standing up for people.
that's what I was thinking. I put brave when needed, but I don't know.
Braveheart.
Braveheart, yes. Or like the only other thing would be like if, like, because Trevor tends to be quiet. Like and people don't usually, like if we work together, don't know we're together. Like if someone says something about Trevor being quiet, then like I feel like I'd be very aggressive towards them and be like, you don't fucking know him, so like just go.
Have you heard him fart?
Yeah, and then like I've been told I'm very emotional, and I mean there's a lot of evidence on that. Like I can cry pretty much if I think about anything. And the only thing I think is interesting, like after being home, is like everyone that like my family, they're not very emotional unless like things are really hard. And I'm like, where did I don't know why, maybe just the lack of the emotion with everyone, but like I'm the crybaby out of everyone in my family, so yeah, there's something else. So that's my life.
Okay. My question for this week was, when would you say that you are most in the zone? In other words, what or when in your daily life is the best reflection of the best you?
I said when I'm on the toilet pooping. No, I'm kidding.
That was my
It's all
answer.
me, baby.
It's all me. I did that.
Oh, that's a cow right here. That's
Giving himself a first place ribbon.
participation badge.
Yeah. God damn it. No, I said probably when I have an audience, like when I'm when I'm feeling good and when I'm like in a very good mood, and I'm hanging out with friends. My goal is to just make everyone laugh and just have a good time. And I feel like I have the energy and the effort to have a good time. But it doesn't happen as often these days because A, I don't have anyone to hang out with like in person, and B, work just kind of drains the life out of me most days, and I'm not sure if that's ever going to get better with this job. But I always think to myself, this is the week where things are going to get better and not so hectic, but it just keeps getting crazier at work. So that's another
It's a
problem
cry for help.
entirely. Yeah, right. um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Whenever I'm just hanging out with friends and everyone's having a good time, I feel like when I'm at my best, it's when I'm just being a total goofball, which is what I think.
Mediocre at best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which I personally see it as like one of my best qualities, or when I'm in my zone.
Out of the zone.
But then I mentioned work. I also feel like another type of like in my zone sort of thing is like when I'm working, and this doesn't just go for my current job. I feel like it goes for all my jobs. And unless if there's like something emotionally happening and I'm just like totally out of it, I am completely in my zone, like at work. Like I feel like I take my jobs very seriously and sometimes too seriously. Um, like when I worked at Target, like I feel like I was always uh, like not very talkative with like guests or anything like that. Like I was super like I want to get this
Who
done.
wants to
This
be,
is
though?
yeah, no, I know, but like when you're working in retail, like you're supposed to have sort of this like bubbly
Yeah.
personality.
Hi. Hey, boys. Target.
But I just don't really possess that quality. I mean, sometimes if I'm in a really good mood, maybe, but
Whoa. Really good.
I don't think I ever saw that.
It was
But-
after his Starbucks.
yeah. But yeah, like at work with any job, I just feel like I'm like most of the time just in my zone, like getting stuff done all the time. And I don't know, I feel like that can be pretty good most times. Like I get shit done. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
guess.
if it makes you happy.
does it though?
Does it?
So yeah, those are my answers. And yeah.
Nice.
Mine's also work. I think that's probably going to be the answer for all four of us. But mine, just like Kyle said, I get in the zone to the point where I've actually missed a couple of breaks.
Oh my god.
Same.
And by a couple, I mean a lot.
By a lot, I mean every single one.
Yeah.
And by that I mean I hope my work's not listening.
But I really don't like to leave things half finished. Especially if I know, oh, it's only going to take like 10 more minutes or whatever. So I'll just keep going. And yeah, I mean, like Kyle said, I take it very seriously. I do my best every single day. Because that's how you get money.
Yeah.
Money.
And it's funny that you say that because that's literally like the reason I got fired from Target. Because I was quote unquote working too much. Oh man, that's funny.
Classic Kyle.
That's my answer.
So I put for when I'm at work and when I'm not at work. So
That's all the time.
I'm at work and not at work.
Never at
all
work.
the time?
Yeah, that includes every single moment.
Anyway,
I'm in the zone all the time.
there's two different people. I mean, two different parts. There's work me and then there's home me.
Homie?
It sounds like Gigi's going through a personal crisis, personality crisis.
That too. All these questions is making me reflect on myself. Anyways, so for work me, I put when I'm working by myself or like we're slammed,
Yeah.
which has been a lot lately. I I'm like focused. I tend to not make more mistakes, which I don't really make mistakes. But like when you're working by yourself, you're so like constant or like consistently thinking like, okay, well, what do I have to do next? And then oh, someone came in, but the phone's ringing. Well, I'm gonna ignore the phone and help the person that came in, kind of thing. But I feel like that's when I'm at my best because I had to do that for like half the year last year. I was the constant one person where everyone else was like either only working 1 day a week or only like half shifts. So yeah, so it's just me. So I think that's when I was, or I can be in my work zone, is when I'm by myself and the pressure's on and I'm just working. And then for when I'm not at work, I feel like I hate cleaning, but when I like have my music playing, which I usually do whenever I'm cooking or cleaning or in the shower, like that's just me in my zone. I'm blaring music, I'm singing, and I pretend no one can hear me, but that's not true. I'm pretty sure Trevor can hear me, but it's fine. Like I'm happy. Like that's just me enjoying the music and doing tasks I don't want to do, but I'm doing it. So yeah.
But is Trevor happy?
He's just in the room usually.
Oh man. I have a couple as well. I feel like the first like category of in my zone is when I'm blaring good music and drawing. Just having a good drawing day where I'm just, blasting all the tunes. I'm feeling the vibes.
Yes.
You
Good
know,
vibes.
got the good drawings going on, not the bad ones.
Not the stick figures.
Yeah, a little more than a stick figure.
He
I feel
actually
like
has
that's-
arms.
Yeah, oh my god. I can draw an eyeball today. Yeah, I feel like that is one of my peak zones is when all of that is combined. Yeah, it feels really good to be able to blast good music, especially if you're like feeling in a certain mood and you have, music that you can interchange to go with different moods and stuff. I like, being able to find something that like just hits just right and you're like, okay, let's go,
Yeah.
So I put down that. I put down anytime I'm in a D&D setting, I feel like that's just it's one of the places that I feel the most comfortable to be, silly and also vulnerable and, put, skills that I have to good use and yeah, when I am, acting as a player or thinking about a story or I just feel like that's my zone is being able to analyze that stuff or improv that stuff or just come up with whatever on the fly or just listen to what's happening. It's definitely my zone. And then the last one I put was just observing media in general that has a really good story. Like I can usually tell like right off the bat if I'm gonna enjoy something or not, and if I'm gonna see it through. And I feel like when it's a game or a movie or even a book sometimes with like a really good hook to get you into the story, like that's when I get in my zone and I won't interrupt that for anything.
Yeah.
I won't put the game down. I won't put the book down. I won't stop the movie. Like once I'm in, I'm in. And like I just feel like all of my skills are being used when that happens. So that kind of just qualifies as my zones. Whenever I can put my skills to good use, that's a good zone.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. My question for today, what's missing in your life and how do you plan on getting it in your life?
My wallet full
Drugs.
of money.
I put a reliable first car.
First car.
Yeah, we got our second vehicle. Works great, but
Love
now we're
it.
having troubles with the Accord.
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the starter,
Yep.
Oh,
Damn.
and without the starter, the car won't start.
Naturally.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, Taylor's looking into that for us. We'll pay for the starter. He says he can do it by himself, in which case we'll be saving money on the labor. But
Good man.
yeah, I'd like to, if he fixes it, take him to maybe
Shopping.
Outback or
Just
something. Just
Take him to the
mistake.
strip
like
club.
a man.
Yeah. But yeah, we need a reliable car. I mean, we can always go back to the just one vehicle again. I'd rather not,
Yeah. No.
but yeah, we need something that I know can take us from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would really suck to have to pay for a second vehicle.
Again.
Yeah.
Then
Pretty
people
much.
know.
No, it would be a car instead of like an SUV.
A car. And it could be April Ludgate or Janet Snakehole. Anyways.
What?
Oh, a car named Janet Snakehole.
Oh my god, it would have to be black or like red.
Oh yeah, and like the headlights have to be dripping mascara.
Yes.
Tripping.
Mess. I agree with Trevor, but I also put family. Like I miss being close or being able to help my family out more. Just the distance really sucks, but the plus side is after this last recent visit, it was nice to be like, hey, I'll be seeing you guys in October. So it's, I guess, planning more frequent visits if possible. But yeah, I mean, that felt really nice to be like, oh, well, we don't have to wait till like another year and a half to see each other. So yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Mhm.
For me, I went a little deeper.
Uh-oh.
I said two things. One was a pet.
Yeah.
I really want a pet.
They're
And
great.
I'm very sad that I can't have one right now, but I'm also like sort of in that mindset that like I'll have one when it's appropriate. Like
Yeah.
Nothing worth having is ever easy. So
What about that dog that's always yapping?
I was gonna say, if she can have a pet, why can't you?
It's just a managerial thing, so I can't.
So
Have a
she
pet.
isn't allowed to have the dog either?
No, she. That's a long story, but she is allowed to have that. I just wish that I could also have a pet.
Oh, emotional support animal.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But I wish I could also have a pet, and having a dog would be awesome. And I know I work with
Yeah.
dogs, but
it's not
it's just
the
different
same.
to have your own.
Yeah.
Like even like a little kitty right now would be awesome, but
Yes.
Take
I'll
Ash.
have them when I'll have it when it's appropriate. So that's always hopeful.
Yeah.
But then the other thing I said, and I'm also embarrassed to say it, but I think for me it's a relationship.
Okay.
I just COVID obviously made it hard because nobody could be around each other, but like
Yeah.
it's a nice thought. Like
Yeah, that's
there's
not
somebody-
embarrassing.
maybe there's somebody out there for me.
There is somebody
So-
out there for you.
That'd be nice to have.
Yeah.
Guys,
Obviously, a
Hannah's
vacant
single.
spot.
Comment below with who you think. Hit up your girl on Instagram.
Swipe right, guys.
I'll put her phone number, her email,
Oh my god.
Instagram handle in the description.
Send her a puppy, and then she'll consider it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a puppy, that's already like a step in the right direction. But yeah, I would say that's been missing for a while, so it's still missing.
It's still not here.
Yeah. UPS guy hasn't brought it yet, so.
Or maybe is he it?
Yeah, maybe he's.
He's your special package.
Hey, girl.
My dick in a box.
Oh God, no.
It's too much.
Got something real important to show you.
This is fragile. Handle with care. Wink, wink. Oh man.
All right. So my answer, I put down exercise, and with that, also seeing the world and having an interest in doing so. I've definitely got myself to blame for my laziness, no doubt. But
No doubt.
I did mention it earlier. Work kind of kicks my ass every week, especially the last couple of months. I don't really know why, but it really takes a lot out of me. And when I get home, nothing sounds better than to just lay down and do absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Preach.
and as a 23-year-old, that idea really
my God.
scares me.
He's 23.
Shut up.
It just gets worse from there, Kyle.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but I don't want to keep that sort of mindset up, because if I do, I can't even imagine how worse it'll be when I'm 33 or 43.
It's okay, Trevor. Don't cry.
All of that plus back pain.
Yeah,
Knee
and
pain.
of course, I mean, it's okay to just come home and relax. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I just feel like I've gotten so used to it and just only wanting to do that. And I mean, it takes a ton of convincing from my girlfriend, bless her soul, to get me to go do anything with her. And, you know, I really hate that. And I hate admitting it, because I don't want to be that guy, some grumpy guy that just never wants to go anywhere. Like, I do have ambitions and I do have things that I want to do, but I just lack so much motivation. And I don't know, I think what's missing from my life is just like a routine amount of exercise. Because, yeah, exercise is work and all that, but it's healthy for your body, and it really gets your body more, I don't know, more of the things that it needs daily. Even just like walking around the neighborhood every night or something. I don't know. I guess my plan to hopefully fix this problem is to do something like that. Just take a walk around the block every night. And I've been really wanting a bike the last few months.
I want one too.
Yeah, and like I used to ride my bike as a kid all the time, and it was so much fun. And I don't know, I feel like if I got a bike these days, like I would want to go outside more, and I would have a reason to. And I don't know. I think bottom line, I just need to get out more and stop complaining so much. But you know, I think the first step is to just have a routine, because I'm young and I don't want to look back 10 years from now and realize how much of my youth I wasted just working myself into the ground. So bottom line, exercise and go more places and stop complaining. And yeah.
That's also
Yeah.
hard because, like, to a certain extent, like, I have that same problem where, you know, I work and work and work, and then I come home and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm not being productive, so, you know, therefore I'm a terrible person. But, like,
What?
it's taken, you know, friends and things to tell me that, like, yeah, every once in a while you need to, you know, rest and,
Yeah.
you know, not do anything because it recharges everything.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
not do things. So, yeah, I think it's hard because you have to find the balance there where you're not always resorting to that,
Hmm.
but at the same time, like, I can't feel guilty either when I do. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a struggle.
And it's tough because like my dad, like growing up, like he always told me that like working hard is going to pay off in the end. And it's like I believe him and I do think it's going to pay off in the end, but at the same time, like I just feel like I'm kind of wasting away in my young, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm 23. Like I feel like I shouldn't be feeling this way at such a young age, but I don't know.
But it could be a good thing, like you're realizing now instead of when you're like 45, going, "Well, shit, I didn't do anything."
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
Yeah, but that was kind of my philosophy or something I just thought through, where it seems very backwards that people will work in like the prime of their life and like they'll save up all their vacation time and whatever and like they'll be proud of like never missing work. But then, as you get older, you develop more and more health problems, or maybe you won't even be alive then. Like, there's no guarantee that you'll be alive tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's always so weird that people will spend so much time working,
yeah.
not really enjoying life while they still can.
Yep.
The struggle is real.
It is.
I think one of the things that Trevor and I agreed on last year was like that we wanted to go and do things more, and that we agreed to try to do one at least like around here weekends, just go out and do something.
Yeah.
Which we went to the Oregon Garden,
Nice.
and then have one where we just go and we leave and we go out of state or further than around here.
Yeah. Like mini vacations and then like one major vacation every
Yeah.
year.
A year. So
Yeah.
we're working on that, trying to, and I mean the pandemic doesn't really help, but
Yeah.
we've tried. We've done walks a little, but not much
Yeah.
yet.
We've done our roles. It's fine.
Participating.
Yeah. And I mean, there's like one thing that Gabby and I recently came up with where we have like a tissue box and we just throw a bunch of ideas written down on little pieces of paper inside the box. And then we like shuffle it around and pick up an idea. And then like it says like, oh, go on a hike this weekend or something. And then like
That's cool.
and then like that's what we do. I mean, we don't have to, but like if we agree on it and we're like, yeah, that sounds like fun, then we do it. Because then it's kind of like setting like an initiative, like this is what we need to do, and it's like, it's more of like a, I don't know, it just motivates us to maybe go out and do more stuff.
It's like like putting your options into physical form so that they, become more real than just an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you're not like vetoing each one after
Yeah.
each one after each
No,
one.
no.
I don't know.
Yeah. And it's like a fun little idea, so I feel like it would motivate us more to just be in a good mood right off the bat,
Yeah, you
But
can.
this is
decorate
something
the
to look forward
box.
to.
It'll be so cute. Get scented paper.
Scented paper. You could put sparkles in it.
Just all the glitter.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Most MMOs, which for those of you who don't know, MMO, massively multiplayer online, usually followed by RPG, role-playing game. Most MMOs have a formula of tank, DPS, healer, and support/crowd control. What would each person in the group play as in a game, and what would they be in real life?
Oh dear.
So I think my answer, I told Trevor, it's probably pretty much the same for in person and video games. So I put Trevor as the tank because he.
Because I'm fat?
Yes, that's exact. I wrote fat ass. I put that he can handle most situations without allowing much to bother him, which I feel like is a very tank perspective. They're just like, oh, what's this? You shot a gun at me? Me.
Me.
I put Kyle as crowd control. He can switch pretty much any role, defense or offensive. He goes with the flow of things. Like, oh, you need me to do this? Okay, I'm gonna head that way. I will do that. I put Hannah as the healer. She tends to check up on everyone, make sure everyone's okay. Kind of like the healer. And then I put myself as DPS because I can be a wild card.
She's the best. So that was everybody for both?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
For mine, I'll start with the video games. I base this off of kind of what everybody likes to choose. So for tank, I put Trevor. Especially in like Divinity and stuff, he likes to do the tanky stuff.
Yeah.
Even in Overwatch, like I would consider some of the characters that he most often played as more of a tanky type of thing. Like more power equals more Trevor.
Unlimited Trevor.
Yeah, unlimited Trevor.
I like that idea.
I approve. For the DPS, I put me. I like to pick damage dealers. I also like to be the more dexterous in a lot of situations for video games, so I feel like that fits what I like to do. For the healer, I put Kyle. I feel like Kyle is almost always the first to pick a healer, but only seconded by Gigi, because Gigi's very close in that. But I also feel like Gigi is definitely the support person for video games. Like, she's the person who will accommodate to everybody else. It always makes me feel bad because I'm like, you can choose anything, dude. You can choose anything. She's like, well, this will benefit the group, so shut up. But I'm like, okay.
So shut up. That's it. I have spoken.
Yeah, basically. Like, if we need a healer, if we need another damage person, like, I feel like Gigi's very flexible. Especially if she's good at the game.
Yeah.
Which is one game.
Yeah, one game in particular.
What, Fortnite?
Oh my gosh. How'd you know?
But also, like, things like Divinity, where she picked a caster who can, you know, basically put totems everywhere on the battlefield. Like,
Yes.
obviously, very much crowd control.
Yeah.
For people-wise, though, I put, for support, I put Trevor. I feel like Trevor, in general, is very supportive of, well, Gigi especially, but I feel like he's very supportive to the needs of others and will listen, you know, first before going to action. So, I feel like he will... Okay, well, okay.
Just kidding.
In that case, let me change this. No, no. I just feel like he's the person to listen first, and then go in with whatever. He's very stubborn in his opinions, that's for sure. But I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, if it benefits the group, he will, you know, back down and support rather than take over.
Back down.
Taking over.
For healer, I put Kyle again. I feel like Kyle is definitely the glue that keeps this group together.
The
And-
saliva.
Yeah, exactly. It's always spit. But he's probably the most empathetic out of the group, and definitely, you know, wants to put the group's interests first, and, you know, whatever needs to be quote unquote healed, he's always the first to mend it whatever way he can. So yeah, he's healer for both. For DPS, I put Gigi. I feel like in general, again, she's kind of a wild card, so she can, play almost any role in life, but she's also, I feel like in most things she's very set in her opinions and set in her ambitions, so it's easy to kind of like narrow that to like, yeah, she would definitely be a damage dealer because she can do anything, but she can also, she sticks to her guns. Literally. No. And then finally for tank, as far as people, I put me. I feel like my personality is more of the like, I'm just gonna stock up on whatever skills I need to become the most powerful. If that means just sitting here and collecting all of the things to make me the most powerful, that's kind of the way it's gonna work. Trevor would also probably fit into that category as well, but I feel like it's just the tank is the person who's, the first line of defense, and I feel like most of the time I'll take that role in a lot of situations. Like if you want to get to them, you got to get through me, and that's kind of where I stand.
Right in the way.
You're that one dude from Spider-Man 2 on the train when Doc Ock comes in. And he's like, "You want to get to him? You got to get through me."
The little guy in the front who's just like, huh?
All right. So for me, start with tendencies for video games. For tank, I put Gigi. Because I don't know, I base this based off of our time playing Overwatch. She usually either picks. I mean, she's very versatile and she has like a character for each role, but more often than not, since I usually pick the damage person, she's usually a tank or a healer, but I feel like it's just a tank, and that's just kind of
a lot of tank.
Yeah. I just feel like that's sort of her I don't know, her MO for when it comes to video games, those type of video games. She'll just try to bulldoze through people and just kill them off.
That's what she does in real life.
Yeah. For the what do you call it? The damage, the DPS, I put myself because I feel like I am a pretty skilled gamer, and hey.
Just kidding.
And I feel like I pride myself in being a skilled player, at least when it comes to something that I've played a lot. And then for a healer, I put Trevor. I think Trevor's really good at multitasking and helping keep people, keeping them in check and keeping them alive and fighting to stay strong as a unit. Because for Trevor, when it comes to video games, he likes to focus on the teamwork aspect, and I feel like he would fit the role of healer. And then as a support, I put Hannah, because she seems to enjoy being right up there on the battlefield as well, but tends to still hang back and have more of a unique role rather than going in guns blazing like Gigi.
Hey! Unlike Sunday Ball.
And then personality-wise, I kind of struggled on this part of it, but so for tank, I actually put two people. I put Trevor and Gigi.
That's impossible.
Double tank.
For more of the same reasons. They'll just bulldozer over anyone and not think twice about it.
Together.
Together, yes. Well, we hold hands and skip across their bodies. It's fine.
I can picture that.
Me and you and me.
As DPS, I put Hannah. because I mean, just thinking about where she lives, it's a very competitive area.
Very DPS of her.
Yeah, for real life.
That's why the UPS guy can't find me.
So competitive.
Yeah, that's all I really came up with. And then sorry, I don't know how to word it. And then
man.
I put myself as two of them. Kind of for the reasons that Hannah said. She said I was a healer, and I feel like that's very true. But I also feel like I'm good with like crowd control, because like I'm not good with confrontation, but I'm good with like trying to find a middle ground. And like if two people are having an argument, and I don't like when people are fighting, especially when it's people that I care about. So I want to be there to support both sides and sort of get to the bottom of it. So
I would actually say that's healer. Crowd control is more about messing with people.
Yeah, you didn't know it, Kyle, but me and Trevor have been fighting this whole podcast.
Yeah.
And I have the high ground.
all right, fine. Well, then for the support part, jeez.
Fuck.
This is my answer coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, but you're saying it wrong.
Your opinion is wrong.
I'm sorry. What?
So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, I'll go through the game first. Gigi, I put crowd control, because I think what we've seen in Divinity, very just spam totems, make sure like all the enemies are busy fighting off things that don't really matter. For Hannah, I put DPS. From what I've seen, she's always going for like, how can I do the most damage to these guys? Whether that was... I'm kind of seeing it in Divinity. She'll rush in even though she's squishy. She's sort of a glass cannon, but she'll still rush in first for some reason. And then for D&D, I'm seeing that as well. Just how much damage can I do in one round? For Kyle, I put DPS as well. I think he enjoys also not like sitting back and letting other people take out the enemies, but like being an active participant in that, just trying to go for as many kills as possible.
They call me
And
Killa.
then for me, I actually really enjoy playing a healer. That's like my go-to class, but I will play a tank if I need to.
Which are...
I've actually played so many games in my life, I don't really care what role I'm playing. I'll do any of them, but if I had the option, it's either going to be healer first or tank second.
Never DPS.
I'll leave that to other people. For me, I think DPS requires a certain amount of like finesse to it, and
Which Kyle and I both don't have.
I
Clearly.
was thinking like the control thing. Like I feel like with DPS, it's very like maybe not like out of control, but for healer and take your specific role. Like you're focusing on either supporting and healing your team or protecting, defending. Where DPS,
Right.
you're just kind of like, ah, I'm everywhere.
yeah.
Which isn't, I don't think, fitting of you.
Yeah. Okay. So for in real life, I put Gigi as support.
Hey.
I think she's usually there for people when they need it.
Yeah.
I think you try to be.
Yeah.
She's like a bra. She holds you
No
up.
wires.
For Hannah, the same thing, support. To me, a DPS in real life would be like more of an aggressive behavior,
Oh.
which I don't see that in Hannah at all, or any of us really. For Kyle, I put healer. As Hannah said, he's kind of the glue that holds like a group of people together. Always making sure
Well,
people are fine and What were you saying, Hannah?
It's saliva. It's always
He's-
Yeah.
saliva.
He's
Yeah,
Nature's
just a
well,
little
glue.
slippery.
I'm licking your wounds, so yeah. Jesus.
Did you like the licking
got
part?
Apparently.
And then for me, I put Tank. I see Tank in real life as like being able to like just take burden after burden and just doing what you have to because you have to. Like pretty much for reasons at work, like I'm putting in more effort than I think I should because the work needs to be done and I can't really rely on my coworker to do that. So I deal with it.
I hope you don't watch
And-
the show.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
She knows how he feels.
So yeah, that's my answer.
Dope.
Dope-a-lope. All right, so that was all the questions.
Bye, bitches.
Yeah. Are we ending it there? Is that,
Positives?
is
No,
that,
I was
is
just
that
kidding.
Happy endings.
Yes. There's happy endings to be
Add.
had.
You got there.
Nailed it.
Is anyone feeling extra happy today?
I'll go.
Oh, all right, all right.
I am feeling extra happy today.
Oh.
My happy ending is 1000% the wrap up of campaign 2 for Critical Role, which was on Thursday. It's been 141 episodes.
God damn.
Fuck.
And it
Jeez.
was 7 hours long.
God
And I
damn.
watched the whole thing. I
Without
slept
blinking.
for 30 minutes until I had to go to work.
Damn.
Oh
then-
shit.
Yeah, it was quite the day, and I had some minor regretties, but like the
Regretties.
Mom's regretties.
Mom's regretties.
that
Oh my God.
it's very hard for me to explain how much that campaign meant to me. It was literally the thing that sparked my interest in D&D and the just starting with those characters 3 years ago and seeing where they are now has been just like an incredible journey, and I cannot wait to see what they've got in store for the future. But like just having them hit all of these really great notes on that finale was just I laughed, I cried so many times, but it
Did you
was
take
altogether,
bathroom
like,
breaks,
the
though?
best. Maybe? No.
She's like, I got bottles after bottles.
So many bottles.
Oh no.
But yeah, it was a great finale, and like I said, I can't wait for what they've got cooking for the future. But yeah, they mean a lot to me, so.
Nice. All right. I'll go. This week I finally finished all the current Marvel movies that are out.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, we watched Spider-Man Far From Home on Thursday night, and now we just wait for all the movies that are coming out, starting with Black Widow.
No, you have the shows.
Yeah, I got the shows.
They tie
but-
into the universe.
I know they do. I know.
You got to go back to the Netflix ones too.
No, I'm not doing those. Gabby said that's okay. She's
Hey,
she's
Those tie into
handpicking.
the universe as well.
She's handpicking the ones that I'm gonna be watching, and I'm
And
like,
picky.
yeah, she's forcing me, guys. But no, I mean,
Blink twice if you need help.
I definitely enjoyed. I would say like I don't know, as the movies went on, I started to enjoy them more and more. Not like the first couple ones weren't good. It's just like at first I was like kind of skeptical because I'm like, oh, I'm not really into it and all that. But like, you know, I always knew that they were going to be good movies. I just never really, I don't know, felt that way about superhero movies too much. But I'm definitely glad that I watched them. And yeah, I'm excited for the next movies that are going to be coming out, but I feel like this sense of accomplishment watching all those movies, and it took a long time, longer than it needed
It
to
is
be.
a lot.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
but yeah, that's my positive.
Good job, Kyle.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go next, so Trevor's last.
Yeah,
Okay.
loser.
Yeah. I got to see my family this past weekend, and it was great. We had a Godzilla themed birthday party, and yeah, I
Nice.
was excited. It was
Was the
hot
guy-
though.
Was the guy from oh, what is it? Shit, System of a Down there singing the Godzilla theme song?
No. Oh, I should have shown my nephew that.
Go,
Aw,
go, Godzilla.
yeah.
Go Godzilla!
Yeah. I mean, it was like the craziest, like, I don't know. I had to leave right after work, and shit happened, and it was crazy, but it was worth it. It was, yeah, it was nice.
Good.
Okay, for me, this was a tough week. Not a lot to be happy about, but I did something a little different for our Star Wars D&D campaign. I'm really excited about it. I hope it has the impact that I'm looking for. If not, fuck you guys. No, I'm kidding.
Effort into this, okay?
He's like, I'm done!
But yeah, I tried something a little different. I put in a lot more effort than usual, so I'm kind of proud of that.
Well, good for
Good
you.
for you.
You also had a stuffed crust pizza last
That was
time,
good. That was a good pizza.
So that's a good. I would consider that a positive in any week.
That was last Saturday, though.
No,
Okay.
Not
Sunday.
yesterday. Was it?
It was.
Thought it was
I wasn't
We were all
here, so
together.
I don't know.
Remember, I was like, Trevor, a salad? And you were like, yeah, that was the pregame for the stuffed crust
Yeah.
pizza.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Had to save room.
Pre-gaming your pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will add for this week. There's quite a few games that we all kind of got and were playing, like new games and stuff, and I thought that was kind of fun. Like
Yeah.
that old people game was pretty fun. And Trevor and I started playing It Takes Two, which is a really unique and fun puzzle game. So there's that also. So yeah. I guess that's
Go
it.
home, you jelly-filled
So-
donuts.
Yeah, you stupid jelly-filled donuts. Nobody likes you.
Jelly
Yeah,
has
switch
been...
to cream.
Oh my god.
Oh, the cream ones are bad too. They're all bad.
Ugh.
Everything filled.
Yeah.
I
Kyle
like my,
hates being filled.
Holes.
Noted.
I like my donuts to be hollow.
Like my soul.
I like them glazed.
And confused.
Glazed and confused. The story of the tragic donut.
I was gonna say, that's what I get out of the Krispy Kreme.
I was gonna say, I think that's... Isn't that like the donut from Voodoo's Donuts, though? Isn't it glazed and confused?
It might be one.
That sounds like a name it would be.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Gabby the other day, I guess there's like a new donut shop in one of the malls or whatever, and she took a picture of the donut shop and she sent a picture to me, and she's like, look, they have it here now, and she was thinking it was Voodoo, but it was Psycho Donuts, and I'm like,
Oh.
I think I've heard of that.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I remember.
this isn't right. This isn't Voodoo. You got it all
You were
wrong.
glazed and confused.
Yeah.
Oh. She was thinking of us.
Yeah, she tried.
She tried.
A for effort.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's it.
Go get some donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're good for you.
Yeah. Donuts.
And get out some more. Go exercise. Go take a walk.
No, just donuts.
When you walk, you get donuts, and then you come back and eat them.
Yeah.
So there's some exercise.
Or you just
It all evens
cut
out.
down a step and eat while you're walking.
Or just order them. They'll get to you faster, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.